Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Daniel Jones, week 3. The Colts continue to roll. Fired up, locked in. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, a quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of the channel. Not only is it a great, inexpensive way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content. So hop over there, join, become a member. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get into it. Daniel Jones, the Colts rolling on offense. Fired up, a little crosser down here to the bottom, left to right. Daniel Jones does a great job taking advantage of outstanding pass protection. Probably trying to work the tight end on our left here as the underneath. If that's not there, might even be trying to rip a seam here. Second level comes up. It's great pass protection. It's a beautiful job of having multiple runaways, guys on the move here for a nice little mini chunk. So what's going on here? To me, up top, we've got a go. We've got what I'll call a seam. And that's potentially got a shot. Where the ball's probably trying to go one here is probably on what I'm used to calling a little looper return. And then we've got the crosser where the ball ends up going. And again, anytime you go from essentially numbers to numbers in a drop back game, meaning we're not moving the launch point, we're just setting up normally and we're hitching about 7 times here, you've got some great pass protection. But we potentially have a shot here. You know, I think the second level of the defense does a decent job of driving the tight end here, and that's what creates this window as we run away. But I just love how there are no static routes here. Everything is staying on the move. We're running into rotation. Again, could you rip that seam to the number 2? Probably, if that's part of the read. Who knows what the read is? That's a beautiful job going numbers to numbers on the crosser and high-lowing that second level of the defense. Now let's watch the footwork. Let's just try to count the hitches, right? So he hits the back of the drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, you're pushing, 3+ hitches for sure. You've got some outstanding pass protection. They've got some dudes that know what they're doing in front of them. It's a beautiful job ripping it down the field, and we are rolling. Again, from behind here, just being able to see Daniel Jones operate and just kind of the comfort level that he looks like he's playing with. I mean, that is a throwing lane, right? Yes, please. Hitch, 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 hitch. Strike. Next one here. Big post down here to 1 at the bottom of the screen. He's going to be technically the 2 after the shift here. We're going to end up catching closed man. We're going to make this thing look like it's a naked or a keeper, a bootleg to the left. That's usually paired with something in the flat, an over, and a corner from a condensed formation. The kind of change up, the big play off of that is that kind of nod post back the other way that we hit right here. So we're going to move the launch point. Okay, so we're going to our left for the offense. We're going to secure the edge with the tight end. We're going to get out on the edge. And then if we catch closed man, this is a great play to come back and take a shot back across the field. And that's not an easy throw. We can barely set up. Now, it might hang in the air a bit, but that's a huge chunk play. So the first thing here is just the shift. Watch the shift here and our ability to see, is it man or zone? So somebody travels with the shift. We go from 3x1 to 3x1, but watch the nickel or the star 21 as he comes across and he pushes the corner out. Down here to the bottom of the screen, that sure looks like man. You don't have to be a defensive guru to realize that looks like man, that looks like man, that looks like man. As soon as we catch middle field closed, okay, anytime we do this traditional, we'll call it naked keeper world, where we're moving the launch point from a condensed formation. You hear me say all the time, there's almost something in the flat, something to the corner, and something in the over. I mean, not only is it in every other video I do, most defensive guys know that as well. The change up off of that is this play. So instead of going to the corner, you almost nod to the corner, and then you come back across the field to the post. And it is great in man coverage because he's going to be running and covering this over. It's not great versus zone because that corner can sometimes fall off and see it. So not only do you have to have the right call, you've also got the quarterback to be able to move to his left this time, set up, and throw this thing all the way across the field. So it's just a beautiful job. Play design, shot, being able to take advantage of it. Again, you watch the middle field player, red shoes. He's running with his hips turned the wrong way. We got him. And you got to stand in there and rip that thing, kind of chuck and duck it. But that's a beautiful job of outstanding scheme, great design, play call, and you get the perfect coverage for it. So again, shift 3x1 to 3x1. Get your man zone confirmation. Yep, looks like man. We're going to change the launch point. We're going to hold up. Tight end doesn't do a great job blocking, gets beat outside. Not great, Bob. But it gives us enough time to flip our hips, chuck that thing out there, and that's a big chunk. And now we got a 1st and 10 in the red zone. Next one here, same drive. After a penalty, 1st and forever, we're going to rip a deep in down here to the bottom. Now this gets a little meshy to me after we get to the 1x3 nub formation, but we're going to rip this deep in with great space in the middle of the field. You know, it's maybe, I would classify it as maybe a tick late, but again, without knowing exactly how they're reading it, it's hard to say for sure. I will tell you that normally I think of ins as caught somewhere 2 to 3 yards inside the number. So anything closer to the hash to me is always a tick late. But it's one of those things, I think when you turn on the film, you got to be fired up for Daniel Jones. He's got great pass protection. He's ripping the ball down the field. It might not be what I would classify as like classically, perfectly polished footwork. And what I mean by that is I'll describe when he hits his back foot, to me, he's just I don't want to say naturally, but it seems like he does it often where he's going backwards and moving. Now, right here, it doesn't matter because he's coming up here on this deep end, ripping this thing. Again, for me, maybe a tick late. I always think of these deep ends run at the highest level back in the day by the greatest show on turf. Depending on what the split is to the wide side of the field, I always think of it as essentially 2 yards inside the numbers is the perfect landmark. The numbers are 2 yards wide, right? So what I do in my mind is I just flip the numbers over. So right around there, 2 yards inside the numbers, that's kind of the perfect spot for these. Again, that's taking a lot of things as an assumption. Okay, we've got a crosser here, we've got mesh, we've got iterations of this. Who knows exactly where they're looking first, but normally on a deep end, you don't want to get too much of the hash because now you start bringing in the middle field player. I do love the route down here at the bottom. Watch him carve this thing at the top. So see him hit his high point right there. He touches the 6. Then watch him carve that thing back down to the ball. Really nice job. Again, let's just watch Daniel's footwork here. Hit his back foot. See him hitch back and to the left. It's not a deal breaker, right? It's not like it makes it impossible to throw. It's just hard to be consistent. Right here, this is a beautiful job ripping this thing, getting back in phase. Next one here, another play action shot. Again, 14, bottom of the screen, this time on a little bit more of a corner, Seattle route off the play action. This ball probably comes off Daniel's hand a little bit sinker-ish. Now, again, I think you can get, a little lost in the weeds and not see the forest for the trees here with some of the critiques I might give as far as the footwork and why this ball is quote unquote dying on us. But again, I just love the play design. Play action, block them up, great pass protection, taking a shot, split flow action. And that ball just comes out kind of nose down. Now again, things you should probably be looking for in this video, because I've already explained them to you in this video, is the footwork at the top of this thing. So even though it's technically play action, and we're trying to rip this, what I'll call a little sail route down here to the bottom, whatever the depths are supposed to be, paired with probably an in on the backside. When he hits the back of this, so post split flow action, as we hit the back, as we come out of this thing and hit the back of it, most quarterbacks would want their base to be lined up where they're going to throw this thing first. And when we go to move that way, we want to be, you want your force, if linear at all, obviously more rotational than linear, but you don't want to be going away from your target. So you don't want to have any sort of like natural movement to your left. You want your head still, you want your body ability to be able to be consistent and rotating and putting the ball exactly where you want. Anytime you're moving yourself away from the target, again, you watch him hit his back foot. So he hits his back foot here. I would say he's not lined up. I would want that foot lined up to where you want to throw it at the bottom of the numbers. So to get lined up, he's got to move to the left, and now he's moving and drifting to the left, and now the ball's going and dying on us. So just a tough one. And again, I know it looks like they call this as an incomplete pass. They must challenge this thing. I didn't go back and watch the broadcast because I don't really care. But they end up getting the ball up there. So this is catch. I just think, again, Daniel Jones, hit your back foot. Stop moving to the left. Stop drifting when you hit that back foot. And this throw is an even better throw. Nice catch. Next one here, Daniel Jones, third and medium to long here. This is a beautiful job, 3-by-1 open. He's going to use his legs, get out of this initial trouble, and then go get himself a first down. Now, again, I will say I'm as guilty as damn near anybody probably of sleeping on Daniel Jones' ability to run it. He's been able to run it for a long time. I remember him, I want to say he got hurt with the Giants doing some sort of Q run. I don't remember if it was power read or Q counter, but he can run. He can tote it. He's not maybe a guy that you would think is going to have a huge menu of Q run, but he can absolutely get up the field and make you pay with his athleticism. Now, the thing that's a bummer here is that, everybody thinks that they're Brian Flores now with their coverage disguise. So they're probably trying to get to a half field player here because of this technique. What looks like this corner is clouding this thing or squatting. And if we were to have a little bit better pass protection here, this is probably a big chunk play and maybe a touchdown, because it sure looks like Daniel Jones is looking this way. But for whatever reason, we don't hold up here pass pro wise, and we can't pick up the pirate stunt inside that we'll see from the end zone. But just watch that receiver up top. I mean, that's going to be a big play. The safety's trying to do his own thing in the middle of the field. Again, it looks like they're catching quarters or bracket down here to the bottom. So who knows what this safety's doing? Again, you can see the corner up top. He's clouding that thing. He's coming off that thing. That's going to be a huge play. So they get a little lucky there, broken coverage or whatever that disguise is. Daniel Jones makes him pay with his feet. So it's one of those things where, yeah, it's a bummer we didn't hold up pass pro wise, but then it's also pretty sweet that Daniel Jones can do this with his feet, right? So pass pro wise, what's going on here? What I'm used to calling some iteration of a pirate stunt. They do it with different guys. So we're coming this way. We're trying to pick the tackle, and then we're coming underneath with this defensive end all the way to the backside A gap here. In addition, we're going to bring a DB off the edge. So you've got 4 to that side, and then we're dropping off over here. So we're getting out of here. There's really no way to pick this up consistently if you're turning the center this way. As soon as he gets beat across his face, you're in big trouble because you've got the slide going one way. Now it's got to work back and pick up this 3-person game. It's just really hard to do. You can see as soon as the center gets pierced right there, it's a wrap. The right guard's never going to come off and be able to push the center off, and the center's never going to come off to 49. And you got your back getting trucked. Pass pro is not passive. Okay, usually I say that for the offensive guys, but it's a great job from Daniel Jones. Get yourself a first down, get down, protect yourself. Maybe don't take that shot at the very end. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. I really do appreciate you subscribing to the channel. It means a lot to me, so thank you for doing that. Again, the Quarterback School Patreon community, you know about it. Join, become a member, get even more Quarterback School content. We also have Quarterback School courses. You can check out all the courses over at theqbschool.com. Hop over there and enroll. Finally, please make sure to follow me across all the social media platforms. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get back to it. Next one here, this is a real cool play. We're going to be at the bottom of the screen. I'm going to show this one 2 times. They're going to hit this first one to the bottom on what I'm going to call a little drift post. I have no idea what they call it. Most teams run this more wrap any. Again, I'll talk exactly what kind of the differences are route-wise. But they're going to hit this thing back-to-back times. So it's worth kind of going into detail on it right here. Bottom of the screen. I'm used to calling this like a pivot gather from the number 2. So we're coming up here and running this little pivot. They run it with more what I would consider like drift post-ish. I would say many teams run it from more of a traditional split and get that kind of inside release wrap in. They attack the exact same space, just from a different split. And really what you're doing here is reading this curl hook defender. So whoever shows up right here, if he gets depth, you put it on the pivot gather. If he drives up, which you want it to, and it's not quarters, you're probably going to have this. And so it's just a really nice job of being able to do that. They pair it with like a version of your favorite play on the backside. But it's just a really nice job of high-lowing red shoes here and putting a bunch of stress on them. And Daniel obviously sees it really well. Again, you see the backer widen with the tight end. We got it. Boom. They do a good job. Pittman just does a good job of settling down in there. So it's a great zone beater to be able to find that space. You know, the only reason I might like the wrap in a little bit better is because that receiver keeps his feet as opposed to kind of settling in that zone. But this is a beautiful job from Daniel. You can see he's lined up, rips it on the body on the break. Let's go. The very next one here, we're going to get a touchdown on the exact same play. Now it's just up top. So now we're going to, again, high-low that backer. You can see the backer pull to the tight end up top. Got him. And again, you might say, well, why doesn't what's this guy doing? He's probably matching to the number 3. So again, numbering these eligibles outside in. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Many coverages. The middle of the 3 linebacker types is going to match or open to the number 3. So as long as we've got the back going this way, or even coming this way in pass protection, the Mike shouldn't be an immediate threat. Now, some guys will read the quarterback's eyes better than others, but this is just a beautiful job of saying, here's that pivot gather, here's that drift or wrap, again, more drifty from the Colts than wrappy, and we're able to put it on him and get a touchdown. It's a hell of a play. It's the same play. Again, you could even say it's a tick late because he almost goes over to the Mike. And really, it's not. Okay, don't overreact and freak out. But you can see here as he plays that thing right there, you'd love to throw it to him. It's a great job catching that thing and muscling your way into the end zone. It's pretty sweet. Same play, different side. Obviously, Daniel Jones has a great sense of it, a great play calling. Rip it. Again, watch the Mike here. So as soon as the play happens, he's not looking at Daniel Jones. He's trying to match these routes. He's trying to see what that route looks. By the time he sees Jones's eyes, he's too late to come back. And again, that's a perfect throw right up on his face. Outstanding. Whoop. We're just reading 33. Can't be right. He matches to 84. Boom. On him. Get in the end zone. Hell yes. Next one here. This is too bad because Daniel Jones does a great job here. We're going to end up hitting up top. The number 1 right now will be the number 2 on the post all the way across the field. Play action. The best part about this from Daniel Jones is the pocket movement. So play action. In that little nod post, you got all that space. We've already attacked it once. Going to his left on that throwback. This time we just can't hold on to the ball through the ground, it looks like. I know on the film here, it looks like they say it's a catch, but that ball's on the ground. And then again, in the all-22, the ball doesn't go all the way up there. So again, I'm not going back and watching the broadcast to confirm it, but I'm pretty sure. Again, I just love, and I mean, I love the pocket movement here. Watch this thing. Play action. Got a lot of red gloves coming at you. He's able to buy some time. And again, it's not just buy time, throw check down. It's buy time, rip a deep, accurate shot down the field. That's the part. Okay, so it's great to have the pocket movement, look like you're, in the off season with your quarterback trainer out there moving around cones. He looks the part. A great job protecting the ball, 2 hands, quick, sudden, violent movements, but the ability to keep your eyes down the field and stay on schedule. That's what I love. I mean, love to see from a quarterback, and to see Daniel Jones kind of come out the other side of whatever's next in his career here and be able to play like this at a new franchise is pretty damn special. I mean, this is outstanding. Boom, boom, boom. And then rip that shot. Again, can't catch it for him. It's a nice job by the safety, too, to come over here and looks like make a play on that ball as well. But, man, that's beautiful from Daniel Jones. Next one here, 3rd and medium. Looks like he's trying to work the choice up top in the slot. It's not there. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to the check down. Check down does a great job of damn near getting the first. Makes it 4th and manageable. 4th, and we're going to sneak it for our first. This is just a nice job from Daniel Jones getting all the way through the read. You can see here it looks like he's giving a little signal to the slot on whatever he wants. A little money choice. Or snap, no, cross or no. Maybe doesn't get all the way through the read, but is able to find the check down. So again, just the combination of getting through a full field read, left to right, and getting the ball out on 3rd down, give yourself a chance. So again, what this play is this is almost guaranteed to be a must outside release go. Here comes that choice route where he can probably settle up, run out, run in, maybe take it to the slant, probably not to the slant here. We're then going to have it paired with what I'm used to calling a cross and an in. Okay, now this cross could probably get over there faster for me, but where the ball is going to end up going is right here. So he goes some version of 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe doesn't get all the way to 3. But regardless, I love seeing a quarterback get through a read, full field read, big time situational football, third medium, get the ball out of your hand, give it to your best player going downhill. Good things happen. This is just quarterback play at a high level, man. Look at the communication at the line of scrimmage. Nice pass pro again. Get it out. Give your guy a chance. Let's go. Next one here, big shot at the bottom of the screen. It's gonna end up being a play action go, which aren't my favorite ways to throw play actions, but we're gonna come up just a club short, but we're gonna be rewarded for our aggressiveness. So second and medium, take a shot down the field. Pittman does a nice job of trying to come back through that corner to draw the PI, and we're gonna get a first and goal from like the 3. So again, it's one of those things where I love the aggressiveness, the play calling, the design to take a shot. Don't maybe love play action to throw goes like this, but we're probably trying to get the crosser, if we're being totally honest. He ends up catching one-on-one. Excuse me, not Pittman. Mitchell, a great job of being able to kind of see the matchup he wants. And again, what I'm saying here is press man, middle field closed. Most quarterbacks would just want to drop back and throw a go. You don't really need the play action to impact this. Maybe the play action impacts the middle field player a little bit, but we're probably trying to just get the crosser, and this is a glorified clear unless you absolutely love the matchup, and maybe they do love the matchup. I would just say, this rep maybe shows some of the limitations for what Daniel Jones is dealing with arm-wise, because this thing gets held up. Now, who knows? Maybe there was a gust of wind in the stadium for all I know. Okay, it's not easy to throw that thing 50-plus yards across the field on a perfect go ball. Again, I'm telling you, it's more difficult play action, turning your back, coming out, throwing a go ball. It just makes it not unnecessarily, it makes it more difficult. Again, I love the fact that he's got the green light to let this thing rip. He gives his guy a chance. Mitchell comes back, plays through the corner, PI. So that is a wrap. Daniel Jones, the Colts are rolling on offense. First up, Daniel Jones, man. What a great story. Great start to the season. Pretty damn cool on a number of different levels. I think he's playing at a really high level. Love the offense around him, the way that they're creating opportunities to lean into his strengths, the play action, driving the ball down the field, the strengths that they have as an offense, as a pass protection unit in the run game, being able to kind of mirror what that looks like with the play action and how they're manipulating chunk plays. All of those things, awesome. There are still some things that will concern me over the course of maybe the long term as far as what Daniel Jones looks like when he goes to throw that, how he sometimes is moving away from his target with his force and his weight and those things leading to kind of inaccuracies. But man, right now he's able to overcome all those things, lean into what they've got going offensively. Pretty damn cool. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one. Little bonus footage here. Call this ISO. This has got a couple sweet blocks in here. Now, I love me some run game, y'all. I really do. It's obviously got some terrible tackling here. Great job from Taylor to be able to break through, 3+ tackles there. But this is some awesome run blocking at the point of attack, okay? Obviously, everybody knows about the left guard. He does a great job here. What I would call ace to the will. But that is some downhill. You don't see a lot of what I would classify this as just straight up ISO. So again, what I'm calling the big boy block here is, people have different terms for it, but for our purposes, I'll call this an ace back to the will. And I just want you to watch the movement here. I mean, this is up, and then he gets up to the second level. It's outstanding. To run this type of play, which I'll call an ISO here, where the fullback type, which is a rookie tight end, which is awesome, is going to one-on-one block here. You've got to be able to hold up here. So this is a big boy one-on-one block. You've got to be able to kind of hold up here on the edge on whatever that J block is going outside. And then when he comes to fill this thing, so he's going to take this thing, we're going to wash it down here. This block right here, I mean, that is a big boy block. Now, it's way too big of a hole for one linebacker to fit properly and do well consistently. But, man, it's pretty sweet for a rookie tight end. So he's probably trying to enter through the B gap and then adjust off the left tackle's block. First, let's watch the left guard on the ace to the will. Boom! up to the second level. I mean, it's also a great job by the left tackle washing that thing down. Nice adjustment from 84 up, and then look at the hole. So just pretend that you're this linebacker. You're fitting this hole. I mean, you'd drive a damn truck through that hole. You got no chance. And this is some horrific edge play here to get that wide and create that big of a seam for us to run the ball up. I mean, that is some nasty edge play. And then that is just excellent job. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3.5 tackles. Pretty damn awesome. One more time without me ruining it by pausing it. Great job here again. Just downhill. I think it's even better now being able to realize that Warren makes the adjustment off the left tackle. So this really is just a straight downhill ISO, and then he adjusts off the left tackle off the red gloves, taking the B gap. But I love that. I love, man, that left guard is fun to watch in the run game, man. Nelson knows what he's doing. And then that's just an impossible fit. You know, if I was still coaching high school football, to me, this would be a run around, a jump around. You got to knock the shit out of this cat and knock him back and just destroy that block. You can't jump around tight end blocks like that. That's going to create way too big of a hole, and then obviously they have to be able to tackle in space better. That's a great job from Jonathan Taylor. That's a hell of a run game. This offense is fun, man. Fun.